Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review for the 80s Horror Marathon. Looking at another horror film from the year 1980, Contamination. Again, as I'm trying to get to some of the films I skipped the first time. Because I did review a lot of 1980 horror films like The Shining, The Changeling, Friday the 13th, Fade to Black, and others. A lot of good ones there. But I didn't get to some of the ones I skipped, like The Boogeyman, which I didn't mind. Demented, which you'll hear my thoughts on Demented. Or this movie, which was not good. Not good, but I don't know if I can rant on it because it's not a good movie, but I would say below average. I can't even call this a time waster. I would say like below average. Only helped by some of the score by Goblin. Granted, they've done better. Some of the Dario Argento stuff. But I mean, still a pretty decent score. The ending wasn't too bad. You got some gunfire with practical blood squibs. And a creature called Cyclops, which had that 50s movie charm. Granted, the film came out in 1980, but imagine a 50s movie type of creature, but in color, and released in 1980. Kills someone with a tentacle, and the way he kills him seemed like what an anaconda would do, which I actually liked that. And some pretty over-the-top gore. So again, the way it opened was fine for what it is. The ending wasn't too bad, considering some of the stuff I've seen, like The Alien Dead, which I reviewed long ago. That was also 1980. The Awakening. What the hell was it? Final Exam. Terror on Tour. The Star Crystal with the Jehovah's Witness alien knocking on your door. Or Mountaintop Motel Massacre. A lot of worse stuff. So that, I mean, maybe I'm giving this too easy of a pass, but it's not a good movie. Now, it's directed by Luigi Cozzi, but really it's a guy named Luigi Cozzi. He did a film called Star Crash, which I've heard of, but I've never seen. He also did the Hercules movies with Lou Ferrigno, and those I had dumb fun with, the Lou Ferrigno Hercules movies. I have them on DVD. I believe I reviewed them on the channel. I swear I reviewed them. I remember liking the second one especially because that's when Hercules and the bad guy, really what they're doing is they redid the fight from the first movie, but they're all made of stars. I got such a kick out of that. And I love the music. And anyway, I would put those above this. Sorry about that. The story of the film, in New York, people in these white suits kind of look like what you would see in George Romero's The Crazies before this. They find this vessel, this boat that's coming to New York. And these bodies, it looks like the bodies have been blown up from the inside. And they find these things and like, is this squash? Is these avocados? They're green eggs. They have this weird sound. I don't know why they did this. It sounds like either a horny animal or what an alien would sound like if it snores. It's like, I mean, it's like, is this what an alien sounds like when he fucking snores, or he's jerking off, or having a wet dream. What these things do is apparently with heat, although it just seems really random when these things pop. So I don't know why they even mention heat. Again, it seems random. So I'll just, whenever they feel like it, if they explode and this acid substance gets on you, not only does it burn your face or whatever, it makes you explode. Not explode like the entire body, but the stomach explodes. So yeah, a lot of times people's stomach explodes and guts are flying everywhere, and that's fun to see. And one guy survives. Of the people looking at it, it's a detective, as my friend put it, a poor man's Robert Forster. Rest in peace, Robert Forster. Great actor from Alligator, which is a wonderful movie that I reviewed from 1980 for this marathon. Check out that review. Check out Alligator if you can find it. Robert Forster does a wonderful job in that. Again, rest in peace, Robert Forster. But this, they mention some scientists get some pieces of the egg. They say some unknown bacteria, and the yolk reacts to heat, which again I'm like, no, it does it whenever the hell it wants to. And your main characters is this lady scientist. Well, she's a colonel, this cop detective, but really the lead guy, Ian McCulloch, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, to be honest. He was in Lucio Fulci's Zombie, which I do like that flick. Your main character doesn't appear till 35 minutes in the movie? There's kind of a problem. And, I mean, that is an issue. And you get some weird dialogue. Like the colonel lady and the cop are talking, and the cop might not even be there. The colonel lady says, "Oh, if these eggs are scattered in the New York sewers, it would blow up the city in one night." I'm like, huh? How? How are they going to blow up the city in one night? They're not. Because they don't blow up buildings. They don't blow up other materials. They blow up people. And how many people are going to be in the fucking New York sewers? Since you said New York sewers. How they don't blow anything up? I mean, if that's the case, anytime this stuff gets on these people, the stuff's going to hit the floor. You should have pieces of the floor blowing up, pieces of the wall blowing up. At the end, the guy shooting a machine gun, some of it shooting at an egg, which gets on a person, his stomach explodes. But if that's the case, whatever it gets on should be exploding. So there should be explosions everywhere. No, because it doesn't do that. So it's just a really stupid line she says. They find a warehouse of this stuff. They burn it. Like I said, the goblin music is pretty good. Especially in this scene where these three guys who they find stored this stuff. If you're asking why, you find out later this cyclops creature likes to mind control people. I guess commit seppuku, and they shoot an egg nearby to kill themselves, and all three of them have their stomach explode. But again, this is not a movie I would defend. It's not a good movie. It's just I don't have it in my heart to rant on it. Just for the superficial reasons. Maybe it caught me on a good day because I saw Demented and some other fucking crap. But I mean, you have stupid lines where they're talking about, oh, there was this manned mission to Mars that happened some time ago. And the lady goes, a man could have easily brought the seeds here. And then the other guy, for some reason, says, but the man would never do anything like that. I'm like, why would a man never do anything like that? Where did your piece of conversation come from, buddy? They fucked you over for a goddamn percentage, as the movie would tell you. If I could put my damn thumb right. That's Aliens, if you can't see because of the glare. They fucked you over for a goddamn percentage. So they look into the survivor of the Mars mission. This lead guy, which he was in Zombie with Lucio Fulci directed, and he doesn't appear till like 35 minutes in, and again, that is a mistake. Because this is one of our main characters, and the movie's a third of the way done. This is only a 90-some minute movie. And just some awful, stupid dialogue. Well, you want to know how many times in a week I screw? And then she goes, well, the way you are, you couldn't get it up even if you used the crane. I don't know, how about if you use a dipstick called your mouth? But anyway. He tells a story about what happened with him and his buddy. They were in this cave. There's these eggs. One thing I noticed is in the flashback, they're wearing a suit, but it looks like they're wearing a helmet in the helmet, which I didn't understand that. Like if anyone sees this, they're wearing a helmet, and then they also have a helmet. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a normal thing for astronauts. Maybe it is. I don't notice. I don't know. Maybe I need to pay more closer attention. Maybe that's my fault. You know, that they have a helmet and then they have another helmet. Although in this, it looked like a bicycle helmet, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just being an asshole at that point. Maybe not. But you do get some weird stuff. The former astronaut and the colonel lady, she's trying to rile him up, and he slaps her and then goes, that's just so we understand one another. And she takes it like a pro slappy, doesn't cry or anything. She almost like, okay, let's do it. So the three go to South America, and this is where really the pacing really flips off the radar. Because all that happens is the three, the cop, the astronaut, and the lady colonel, sounds like a shitty joke, they go into a bar. Well, they get a room, and this very long, drawn out, not suspenseful in the least sequence happens where someone puts an egg in her room, her bathroom. She's standing right next to the thing, and it doesn't explode. So yeah, this whole heat thing is bullshit. It just explodes whenever the fuck it wants to. And they get her out, but this goes on for like 5 minutes. And it's not suspenseful in the least. So the astronaut takes a plane. The other two, they get caught. The lead guy, his plane crashes, and he walks around, sees that these people are farming for more of these eggs, and they're wearing the suits from George Romero's The Crazies. He knocks one guy out, wears that suit to infiltrate. And then he's trying to be almost a little bit James Bond, like an old You Only Live Twice, where the facility at the end and the way people dress in uniform and computers. Which I agree with my friend Mike, where he went, hey, it'd be cool to see a sci-fi horror version of James Bond type of movie. I'd be down for that. That'd be interesting. This is where you see the other astronaut, the lead guy's friend. He's alive, but he's controlled by the creature. and he has the two captured, the lady colonel and the cop. And his master is this thing called Cyclops, which again, looks like something you would see from the 50s. But I mean, there's a charm to it. I mean, it's not a good monster effect, but it has a piece of rubbery charm to it. It kills the cop and eats him like an anaconda. It has a tentacle, and when it's, again, sort of head first, eating them, and like will eat and then like crunch, and you actually see like the body as it's like crunching up, which I didn't expect, but that was kind of a fun special effect scene. And the lead guy does get a machine gun, shoots practical squibs. Kind of sad that a low-budget Italian film like this has practical squibs, but not Rambo Last Blood or these other movies. They can't have practical squibs, but a cheap Italian knockoff of sci-fi, or they can have practical blood squibs. Or practical gore with the stomach exploding. But, you know, Rambo Last Blood or these other movies can't have it. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And the hero, you know, he has this shitty fight with his buddy, the other astronaut. He does shoot the thing in the eye with this gun, which looked like a flare gun, but maybe it was just a pistol. I don't know. And I guess because they killed the thing, the control of the other possessed astronaut is gone. Just something is wrong with his neck, and then his stomach explodes. You definitely get a lot of stomach exploding in this. But yeah, I mean, the movie, like I said, it's not a good film. There's some, like, really bad bits of dialogue. The acting, or maybe I should say the dubbing, is pretty cringeworthy, although maybe people view it as entertainingly bad and funny. The pacing, especially when they're in South America, doesn't work. And I think could have been cut out, truncated. But as a low-budget Italian knockoff exploitation flick, there was some over-the-top gore with stomachs exploding, guts flying. There's a pretty decent score by Goblin. The finale with the gun play and the monster named Cyclops and God getting eaten like an anaconda would eat him. And I had some entertainment value with the finale. It's a hard movie to recommend to people. It's just below average, close to a time waster, but not really, because I never see it again. It's bad, but I've seen so much worse, sad to say, that it's not the worst thing I've seen this week. It is what it is. Contamination, also known as Alien Contamination. Don't get your hopes up if you ever see it, but I just see people having some dumb entertainment fun with the gore and the score and the finale. I just see some people have some dumb B-movie fun with it. It's just, again, some of the pacing and the dubbing, and especially that slow bit in the middle, really hurts the flick. It makes it, at times, rather dull. You're just waiting for the next stomach to explode. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Contamination. Thanks for watching. Take care. And next up, I think there's another reason why I'm going easy on this, is because the next film that I saw called Demented,